Good morning. How do you do? My name is Peter Heath, and I'm the data manager for the Marine and Coastal Unit here at Geological Survey Ireland. I've got two talks to you this morning, each one lasting just a few minutes long. First talk is about the best way to access INFOMAR data by using our data viewers, data downloads portal, and also our services. And then next, I'll be showing you our new Segway sub-bottom download layers as well. So first off, the best way to access INFOMAR data and navigate our resources is to head over to infomar.ie. Once you get there, essentially three different paths you can go down. First one is to use our data viewer. Next is to use our data downloads portal, Jetstream. And finally, there's a lot of bespoke viewers as well as bespoke products as well. So first off, if you head over to the interactive map section, you'll find a link to the data viewer. I'll just have a more in-depth look at that. Here are all of our core product layers. As you see at the bottom, we've got the bathymetry and then the shaded relief version of that. Then we've got more properties of the seabed itself. We've got the backscatter layers, sediment classification, as well as the ground truthing point. And then we've also got more details about the survey legs themselves. So we've got the survey track lines, as well as the survey coverage areas. The more ancillary layers, such as the priority bays, as well as the maritime boundaries. And of course, last but not least, we've also got the shipwrecks database. So one layer I'd like to draw your attention to is the survey coverage polygon. And in here, if you have an area of interest, essentially this allows you to see exactly what survey legs intersect with your area of interest. And if you have shape files of that, you can also bring that into the data viewer with the add data function as well, which is really handy. So next, moving away from the data viewer, we're just going to have a quick look at some of the more bespoke data viewers. So here is the dynamic web map viewer. And in here, you can essentially tailor the depth range and the color ramp to your requirements. So as you see here, we've got the depth going all the way down to 5,000 meters. So the nearshore area doesn't show much relief. So if we just change the depth range over here, you can see that the relief is now more evident now that we set a very much smaller range. Let's head over to another bespoke viewer. Here's the Shipwrecked Viewer. So this holds the Shipwrecks database. Each of the points has a number of attributes, as well as additional functionalities such as 3D sketchfab images of some of the wrecks. Next, this is the seabed and sediments viewer. Again, this holds the sediments and ground truthing database. Again, each of the points has a number of attributes to help you, as well as images of some of the grab samples too. You can also query this data set by the percentage of gravel, sand, and mud within the samples themselves. As well as this, we've also got PDF map products. So as you can see, as you hover over the squares, it shows you what PDF products are available. Now, if we have a look at one of these in more detail, you can see here, this is PDF bathymetry chart for Galway Bay. As well as this, we've also got the backscatter shaded relief versions of this. And if we have a look at a full size one, here is one of the charts for sediment classification in Galway Bay as well. Next, moving away from the data viewer and the bespoke viewers, if you want to download our data, best thing to do is to go to the data tab, click on the image, and this will direct you to our data downloads portal, Jetstream. Once you get to Jetstream, very simply, you simply select your area of interest, click proceed to download, then you'll be met with a list. This list shows you all of the formats and products we have available. Of course, our core product is XYZ bathymetry. And as well as this, we also accompany this with ArcGIS grids. We've got shaded relief geotiffs, as well as many backscatter products as well. Going back to the survey coverage, which I spoke to you about earlier, if you want to download that and take it into your own GIS software, you can. Simply head to vector datasets, offshore shapefiles, and that will then take you to the list to allow you to download that. that was very much a very quick whistle-stop tour of our data viewer download portal and services. Please head to infomar.ie for more information. Thank you very much. Now time for part 2. So now I'm just going to introduce you to our new sub-bottom data download layers. So what exactly are we releasing? So we're releasing 2 new layers. The first one is survey polygon coverage layer. And this is essentially going to be showing the full extent of our sub-bottom data holdings. Secondly, we're going to be producing detailed track lines generated from the actual sub-bottom file itself, and attached onto these track lines is going to be all the data download links and resources. As well as that, we're also going to be producing 2D transect preview images of the actual sub-bottom data itself and appending these to the lines. So when we were creating these new layers, we had 3 aims in mind. First one was we want to make all of our sub-bottom data holdings available in an open data format. Currently, a lot of the data is in proprietary formats such as Coda and JSF. So we wanted, by converting this to an open data format, break down barriers, formats, licensing, software barriers to allow users to access the data as freely and easily as possible. Secondly, we have approximately 6 terabytes of sub-bottom data holdings. Currently, this is only available by email request only. So we want this new viewer to be self-serving and autonomous as possible, allowing users to come and go and download as they please. Thirdly, we want to make the data more visually accessible to the users. So we're doing this in 2 different ways. Firstly, by creating detailed track lines from the actual sub-bottom files themselves, allowing the user to very quickly see the geographic extent of the data. And secondly, by producing the 2D transect preview images, we would like the users to be able to visually interpret data very quickly as well. So here's the first of the 2 layers that we're releasing. As I mentioned before, I'm currently in the process of converting all of our data into Segway. However, all the data in our data holdings is available. So in the orange polygons you can see there, this is data which we have available by email request, and we're currently in the process of converting it. If you look at the dark green polygons, this is data that we have converted into Segway and is available via download links. And if you look at the light green polygons, this is data which we have available in a Segway, and also it's got preview images available for it as well. So I'll be coming on to the preview images shortly. So this is the second layer which we have available, or an example of. This is the detailed track lines. Now again, as I mentioned about allowing all our downloads to be self-service, all of the links are available in the attributes. So just to quickly go through them, start off with, we've got the actual file, Segway file name of the file that generated the track line. You've got the vessel that collected it, the leg it was collected on, how many sub-bottom lines are available in that leg. Then you've got the actual data download link, as well as the size of the tar file you'll be downloading. You can also download the shape file for this leg as well. We've also got a data guide, which covers things such as coordinates considerations, as well as known issues about the data. Then also survey reports. And as I'm going to come on to next, we've also got a link to download the preview image, and also you can download all the images for that leg as well. So as I mentioned, all the detailed track lines have been regenerated from the actual sub-bottom file themselves. So wherever you see a line, we have corresponding data for that line. Coming on to the preview images now. At the bottom of the download attributes, there is going to be a tiny preview image. If you click on that, it's going to take you to a full-size preview image. Now, if I was to quickly talk you through this, at the very top of this preview image, you're seeing a 2D transect of the sub-bottom data. Directly below that, in orange, we've got the track line of this exact area overlaid on the bathymetry for that area. Directly below that again, we've got the track line overlaid on the backscatter for that area. Now, the idea here is that we'd like the user to rapidly assess the quality of the data and also the geological features in the area. These plots auto-scale, so longer the line, longer the plot, as I'll show you in a second. And they're approximately about 10% of the size of the actual segway file itself, so nice and lightweight. Here is an example of a longer plot as well. So that was a very quick whistle-stop tour as well. If you'd like to view these data sets, head over to infomar.ie, Interactive Maps Data Viewer. As I mentioned, these new layers hold what we currently have available in Segway, and over the next couple of months, we'll be converting the rest of our data holdings and making them available in this layer as well. Thank you very much for listening.